getting you ready to start your day with news and weather from more neighborhoods across northeast Wisconsin. This is NBC 26 News Today.
Coming up, Governor Evers hangs on to his spot in the most expensive race in state history. The latest after Tim Michels accepts defeat. And it's a close call for Wisconsin's U.S. Senate seat, whether the balance of power will be affected in Washington as Ron Johnson leads Mandela Barnes. Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Noelle Friel.
And I'm meteorologist Brittany Merlot. Good Wednesday morning to you. I hope you guys got out yesterday to vote. I know the weather was fantastic for it all. So.
Yes, it was. Hopefully you voted and happy post-election day.
Absolutely.
Yep, we've got the latest numbers for you, so we'll get back to weather with Brittany in a second here. Current Governor Tony Evers was able to hang on to his position here in Wisconsin after a close race with Republican opponent Tim Michels. Evers had 51% of the votes and Michels had 48%. Olivia Acree was in Madison, where Tony Evers accepted victory shortly after Michels conceded the race. Let's break down some of these election results from last night. So let's start with the big one that's already been called. We have the most expensive governor's race in state history here. If you take a look at our Wisconsin map, you can see this is color-coded. So the counties that are more red received more Republican votes. The counties that are more blue received more Democrat votes. And as you can see here, we have Evers at 51%, winning re-election. Michels at just 48%, conceding that election to Evers last night. We have Protasiewicz in purple, Kelly in yellow, Duro in green, and Mitchell in red. And if you take a look at the entire map, you see we have a lot of yellow and a lot of purple going on. But there's one outlier. Take a look down in the Milwaukee area. You can see that Judge Jennifer Duro actually led in two counties, in Washington County and Waukesha County. Here's a look at all the respiratory viruses. So you can see the red line here. This is the flu. You can see the recent uptick in flu cases. And this blue line right here, that is RSV. This injury is sending shockwaves throughout the NFL, clearly hitting close to home for many players. Let's take a look at some of the latest reactions. Wisconsin native J.J. Watt took to Twitter praying for Hamlin in one tweet that reads, "Please be okay, man. Please be okay." Another tweet reading, "The game is not important. Damar Hamlin's life is important. Please be okay. Please." We do have crews now at the fire at the Resolute Paper Products plant in Menominee. As you can see, the fire is still currently burning. Officials have confirmed that calls started to come in around 11 p.m. last night. Officials have also confirmed on Facebook that 5 departments are currently responding to the fire. This football season, concussions have been making headlines lately, with several professional athletes recently getting seriously hurt. This morning, we're joined by Dr. Allison Brooks, a pediatric sports medicine physician with UW Health Kids in Madison, to discuss how to best protect student athletes. Dr. Brooks, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You bet.
Could you begin by just telling us a little bit about how concussions are handled at a high school level? So what can you tell us about the timeline in which the documents have been found in the offices and the home of President Biden? Reflecting on what's been done in the past 10 years in terms of gun control after mass shootings like Sandy Hook, what would many gun violence prevention advocates like to see in terms of change? As a nonprofit organization, the Community First Fox Cities Marathon gives back to area nonprofits, community partners, and running organizations. Over its 30-year history, the event has returned more than $1 million to the community. And here this morning, we're joined by the Fox Cities Marathon Race Director, Julie Johnson. Julie, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Absolutely. Good morning.
Yeah, so I see you brought some medals from the races. Just tell us a little bit about these. Good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Noelle Friel.
And I'm meteorologist Gina Recchia. Not as cool this morning.
I know, finally, some warmer temperatures. We made a breakthrough.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing revelations here, but we don't have the frost advisories. Today we'll get into the upper 60s, a little warmer, and maybe 70 tomorrow.
That's what I'm talking about.
However, Noelle, I mean, look, that's a long ways away.
Yeah, we won't think about that. A warm-up this weekend? I mean, that's amazing. Wisconsinites aren't very picky with the weather, you know? As long as it's above freezing, we're like, that'll work for me.
It'll work.
Hopefully you're hungry this morning because it's time to check in with Mr. Food's Test Kitchen.
We heard a tease of what it was, and the both of us are like, ooh.
I know, it's something good. He said it's something with bananas that'll knock your socks off, knock your peels off, maybe. So let's see.
And it's Weather Trivia Tuesday. So Noelle, are you ready for this? How fast does a snowflake fall? What do you think that answer could be, Noelle?
It's tough because 11 miles an hour seems aggressively fast for a snowflake. I feel like a little snowflake, you expect it to fall so gracefully. So I'm going to go with the 3 miles per hour.
Even with the winds, you think so?
I think so.
All right, let's see if she is right, and she is.
Oh my gosh, yay. All right, I'm ready for this. Let's go. I'm going to channel my inner Brandon here. Oh, we have Brittany putting on the shoulder pads. Brittany's taking the lead. Here goes Brittany.
Leaving you now. Bye.
All right, there she goes, off into the sunrise instead of the sunset. All right, well, thank you for joining us this morning. The Today Show is up next.